lot. I mean, I think for like an average person, like that's a lot to be at a fucking emergency room. And so every single time, actually not every time, like 18 out of the 20 times that I was there, you had a fucking a family of people, none of them fucking spoke English. There was like 5 of them, and they were sitting there. And I guarantee you, if you had ICE sitting there, and then like every single time in the last like 5 years that I had been to an emergency room, they always told me, they said, it's never been more busy than this. It's never been more busy than this. Oh, it's so busy today. It's getting so busy now.
Open your eyes.
The reason why is you have a bunch of fucking illegals coming in there. They can't afford health care, and so they go to the emergency room. And did you guys know they have a little fucking translator machine that they have to talk to communicate with these fucks. So like this person doesn't know English. They only speak Spanish. So they're in the emergency room. And they're talking to this fucking robot TV, and this is like, think about how long that takes to process somebody.
No.
What the fuck are we doing?
Comes to the hunt,
what are we doing? Think about how much time we have that's being wasted on a systematic problem that just multiplies the amount of time and effort that it takes to give people critical care. It's outrageous. So yeah, it's not the only reason. It's a big reason. Of course, it's not the only reason, but it's a huge reason. So yes, I don't get it at all. It costs so much money too. Yes, it's crazy. Isn't it? This is hardly in America. It is. It's in Texas. I'll tell you that. We hire people to speak multiple languages. It's hard as fuck and takes time out of our day. Yeah, it's annoying. And normal language, what's our benefits? Yeah. Why not a phone? Well, probably because they haven't updated it to that frequency, right? Same thing happens in California. You're completely right about this. Yeah. And so this is the main issue. This is happening in America. It is. It's happening in America, and it's a huge problem. And if you don't believe me, you can go to the local emergency room and you can just look at it. Right? You just look at it. Right? I mean, like, and on top of that, they don't speak English. Like, I'm sorry, but whenever I see a family of 6 people and none of them are speaking English,
Ionic magic!
I do, and maybe not every single one, but at least some of them are. And it's obvious. I mean, everybody knows this, right? But you're not supposed to say it. Oh, you can't say this. It's obvious that's what's happening. Oh, here we go. Let's take a look at it.
Finally, we can take a deep breath here. The numbers have dropped off. The lines are getting shorter. I think the average wait time now is under 40 minutes. So you'll have a flight to catch today. It's a good time to come to hardcore.
There you are, you cheap.
Finally.
I wonder why. Maybe it's because the ICE agents are there. And I'm very happy to see this.
See that? Is there a single report today or something going on?
Ionic magic! See there? That's not good.
Using to identify himself, in San Francisco before. So what kind of a
San Francisco? It makes sense.
How are they on sight?
It was in arrest? I don't know.
Enjoyed that a little too much.
That's right. Of course you don't know.
Who did they arrest? Now you're bringing it up. I'm saying we'll need the internet.
Just making shit up. Yeah, exactly. I read on the internet this happened. Well, what happened? I don't know.
This woman was arrested by ICE Sunday at San Francisco's airport.
Plasma!
For what? She's from Guatemala. Had a deportation order signed by a judge. And tried to flee. The officers did not order her. DHS saying the incident was an reference to her DSS.
Gotta catch them all. That's why they got him there. Obviously, it seems like it's a great idea.
No future!
Park store, there'll be 3 adult males and like a 10 to 12-year-old, and the kid was the only one who spoke English, and he'd translate to the other ones.
Show me that shit!
How bad this actually is. Insanely fucking bad. And let me go. I'll look at the
Ionic magic!
because it's just been crazy.
By the eye of Agamotto! Of course!
Oh, is that yours back there? So this is the problem that a lot of people don't understand. The first worlder mind, the Western first worlder mind, cannot the level they lie about their name. They lie about their
Ionic
they
magic!
lie about like when they were born, what year, how old they are. They steal people's identities.
The moon haunts you!
They're doing all this stuff. You can fire the passport and your ID.
on sight.
people too, but at the same time,
Hey, Dad! Someone clip this!
that's pretty bad. That's a pretty bad line. That's a really bad. Holy shit, that's a bad line. God damn.
Don't let anything stand in your way.
In your opinion, is it the largest category of fraud in the United States?
I am ready to put on a show.
Like by numbers.
Tell me on sight!
Services fraud is probably the biggest because social services is so much money. But I think that also like you have to make money. For example, like social services is such a huge amount of the
Fantastic!
like, if you're assuming 10% of it is fraud, then, I mean, comparatively, like, let's say, like 30 or 40% of all the money would have to be fraud, which is probably too high even for that. So I would say a problem
Bionic
is
magic!
Yeah, overall.
Now you do
I bet as illegals make up something like 600%.
I'm opening a portal.
It's not just illegals, it's also
A
just bad
shortcut
actors.
through space.
Like, when you have
By the
migrants,
eye of Agamotto! An unseen
manage systems like
I am strengthened.
yeah, it's for over 40, multiple effects of different
I
ranges. Okay, cool.
this total
A lot of
nice
people do.
long walk.
Huge amount of fraud across the USA. The whole fraud yeah, we're probably pissing away, like, I would assume, I'm not even kidding, $1 trillion a year. I think we are spending $1 trillion a year collectively on fraud. If you add together tax fraud, identity theft fraud, social services fraud, military, you know, like wasted spending, if you put all that together, I think we are spending $1 trillion a year, if not more. I think people have no idea how bad it really is. It's crazy. Man. It's a lot of people. We should deport the Americans exploiting the third world is too, taking advantage of systems. I mean, just seize their assets and put them in jail, right? I mean, like, then get the money back.
You'll need a
Because, like, you're
top-notch
stealing
team
from the
to win
government.
this
I mean,
one.
like, that's our money. So, yeah. And you've got, obviously, ICE
Open
all
your
over the
eyes.
airports now, which is, I
Reality
think,
is
kind of
but an
good. I'm glad to
illusion.
see this. But let me go. And this is apparently, I'm kind of surprised, but they're just flying airplanes around in Iran. They are. What do you think about the vets on disability? I would infinitely rather pay for a veteran's disability than pay for an illegal alien. Because at least a veteran is a citizen and they serve the country. Like, so from my perspective, I do think that certain veterans probably do abuse a disability and they do probably take advantage of it, and that is a problem. Like, don't get me wrong,
When
I think it probably
science
does
failed me,
exist. But
magic
that's not going
was
to be my
there.
priority one whenever you have people who aren't even
30
supposed to
seconds
be
before
here
you
that are
attack.
doing the same
Get
thing.
ready.
So that's really how I see it. I mean, I'm
Open
not
your
even
eyes.
saying that it's a good thing. It's not a good
I
thing.
will never
But
allow
at the same
Krakoa
time,
to
I think it could be a
suffer
hell of
the
a lot
fate
worse.
of
So that's how I see it.
Fools, do you truly
Additionally, the money sent back into the U.S. and overseas makes a big difference. So bad. Did you say the self-report of ICE in the airport to
The
step away
battle
from ICE
starts
being
in
at the voting
5,
polls?
4, 3,
No, I didn't see
2,
that. But
1.
I'm not surprised. I'd like to see some retroactive consequences for
Get that
companies
vehicle
that
to
did
its
this fraud
destination.
knowingly. Oh yeah, I agree with you about that. I think it's a huge problem. And this is, let me go back. Oh, here's another
I
one.
feel like myself again. This day, full potential.
All right. Well, that's too bad, huh? Yeah, I guess so. And ATL Airport before and after ICE.
You're halfway there. Keep
Obviously,
going.
this is probably somewhat selectively edited, but I think it's probably to a certain extent, you know, like, kind of expected. It's a lot of people. People everywhere.
Strong together.
That's at 5:30 in the morning too. Like that's when everybody's trying to fly out, so they can be there before you know, businesses start. Holy fuck, man!
Topped me
And you're gonna say, what's this here? Next thing you're gonna say is private citizens need to be enforcing speeding laws. Private citizens do? I don't know about that. And yeah, maybe. But let me go and look at this. There are people asking if they're 4 to 5 hours early. That's insane. Yeah. And so yeah, it does look like that's what's happening. ICE is looking for criminals at airports.
A brave new decision partly prevents that ice at airports. Also smart move. When we're in the hole, the weight line is already dropped. Hopefully doing a security function at the airport. We're going to let criminals won't be
The moon wants you.
Money smuggling. We're going to be at the airport with our brothers and sisters in TSA, our brothers and sisters in DHS. President Trump made a smart move. We're going to keep the airplanes flying. We're going to get the American people to those lines quicker. And we're not going to give up President Trump's promise to American people to make this country safer every day. And that's what we're going to keep doing.
No, I think that's a good idea, obviously.
A nice
And,
deep freeze.
oh, here's another one.
Well, there may be a celebration here at the airport before it's all said and done, especially for the folks who are working non-stop, extra shifts. If you look right here, you can see this the main checkpoint. Almost no lines that are waiting there. Unbelievable at this point. This morning started lifting with a lot of people showing up here at the airport. Lines were long, people were waiting about an hour, but not really going on the way quickly this morning. We ended up with this. And there seems to be more lines open than normal right now with the TSA working here. The reason people do it is that a lot of folks have been showing up shocked at how short the lines are. Take a listen to some of the folks who talked to you this morning. Wow.
I don't see how extra security could be bad, you know?
Yeah, of course. Why would extra security be bad? Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they're going to help out and, you know, make sure it's moving as fast as but whether they're doing that or not, we don't know. But
This is on CNN.
extra security is always good.
I mean, you think it's not going to be that bad, but then you get here and, you know, you think, oh man, it really is as bad as they say.
So they were people were showing up and going right to the TSA pre-check line. A lot of them weren't even checking the main checkpoint line. That line has been open and moving pretty quickly. Some folks just get so used to going to the line to go to, they didn't even check to see what that's like. We've also seen those ICE agents moving through today. A lot of folks are saying they're very pleasant. Look, they're not wearing masks.
He's a mutant. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that, well, this is the way ICE usually
You are
is.
under my
Like,
protection.
ICE isn't a bunch
Now
of,
you
like,
do the
armed
same.
thugs going around beating people up. The reason why they're doing that in, like, Minnesota, for example, is because they have crowds of people throwing things at them.
Behold the god of thunder!
So big surprise, whenever you start attacking somebody, screaming at them and trying to kill them, they're going to be aggressive and hostile to you. I know, big shocker, right? And so what's happened is that a lot of these people have the idea that, like, oh, ICE is going to be these horrible people. Why the fuck would they do that? Why would they want to complicate their day by initiating hostility onto somebody for no reason? It would be stupid for them to do that. So, I do think that we need to have a massive enforcement crackdown on immigration. And I think that would result in a tremendous increase in the amount of enforcement that's out there. Thank you very much, man. And yeah, I mean, I would say exactly. People are more inclined to behave well in the airport too. Yeah, exactly.
The moon haunts
Is that they can't act that way inside of an airport because they'll be put on a no-fly list or they could be put in jail. Like, generally, you have to act like a normal human being at an airport. So, big surprise, these people act normal. And I think it goes to what I was saying before, is that this chaos and everything is force. It's not mandatory. There's no reason we have to allow it. And the extent that we do allow it, it just gets everybody hurt and wastes everybody's money.
As a fact, on this line right here, you can see two of them standing behind the TSA agents. I'm not sure we can get complete focus on that, but just wanted to show you that they've been walking around the perimeter. Atlanta police have also been added.
That's why you said you shouldn't place some reasonable responsibility on large and small businesses. I think if a company... So, let me pull you up and ask you. Do you think if a company knowingly hires illegal aliens, they should be held accountable? Like, a company knowingly is hiring them. Not that they hired them. I didn't say that. If they knowingly hired them and they ignore different checks to make sure that they aren't illegal, do you think that they should be held accountable for that? Very simple question. If they not take the reasonable steps? Okay, I mean, do you think that checking somebody's citizenship status and whether they're here legally is reasonable? Do you think that checking whether a person is here legally is reasonable for employing them?
Pick your
'Cause I
hero
want to make sure that we
or
wrap this
villain.
up.
I'm not judging.
Open your eyes. Reality is but an illusion.
It's competitive advantage. No, it's okay. Because like you're saying reasonable, what does that really mean, reasonable? Because this could be like a framing that you're using to try to, you know, like keep your point going. Investigation of their ID and testimony is true. Being valid is not their job. Well, I mean, why not just make it to where they have to check to see if somebody is a valid citizen in order to hire them? Like, why not just, because I mean, you think that, I mean,
When
that's gotta be, that's
science
pretty
failed me,
important, right? I mean,
magic
whether
was
somebody
there.
is a citizen or not, I feel like that's a huge one. So I don't know what to say. Disagree with that? You're hurting the feelings? Yeah, no,
30
yeah, I mean,
seconds
why
before
would
you
you not
attack.
want that?
Get
I'm just
ready.
confused.
Whoa! Look at you, guy!
It
Oh,
can
you
be
are
fake. So,
Hand
so
up!
then
Here,
we
be
shouldn't
just
check.
as
So, so should they not check ID for selling alcohol? Because you can have a fake ID.
The battle starts in 5.
Like,
4,
how does your
2,
mind work with this?
1. All you need to do
I
is
wanna
capture the
understand
mission
that.
area. Got it?
Everything most decidedly does not
So, like,
happen for a reason.
If you can have a fake ID, why check
Oh, boy.
ID?
Here they come!
That encompasses reasonable. Okay, well then.
That'll
it's
be
reasonable.
confetti.
All right, well then there you go.
It's this equation in terms of showing up extra control. But the storyline necessarily
say about that?
with the fact that the lines have disappeared. That, you know, so this is good. If you have a shot to catch, you should know that. It's probably pretty good to get done. At one point, this line stretched all the way down the hallway. This one is gone as well. So I guess we can give a thumbs up and smile.
I'm glad to see that. And here's another one too. Screwing to great PR for Ice. I think so too. Man, this is a smart thing for them to do. It's a good idea.
Control lost.
Am I still tagging? It says everything? Yeah. Man. You see Rupert Lover's Short Britain has more membership than the Conservative Party around 6 weeks in? No, I didn't see that. I'm not surprised. So I'm glad to see this happening, right? Obviously, that's where things are going and it's going to continue. Doesn't U.S. check criminal records before hiring? I mean, yeah, as far as I know, they have to do that, but I'm not entirely sure. And this is also, look at this, here we go. I mean, guys, there's something really wrong if they don't understand what that slide means. There's something really, really wrong with that. Oh my god.
Their team's capture progress is past the halfway point.
Keep right. Exit to the right. Oh, okay.
What that means? What does it mean? How good is your English?
Not so good, right?
English.
Get ready. Here come the bad guys.
No, no. What does that mean? What does it mean?
No?
What does it mean when you're going down the side? What does it mean? What's the
I am strengthened for battle.
In Cuba, well, what the
Okay. You don't speak about
The doctor is
You
in.
also don't have enough knowledge.
I'm opening a
Science
portal.
So you can say it, okay? So this, right now, you're going to be placed out of service, okay?
I mean, this is crazy. Keep right. And he's just moving his arm in that direction. Holy shit, man. And you see ambulances set on fire in the UK? I think I did. Yeah, they were the Jewish ambulances or something like that. I did see this. And shocked to realize eyes are pretty. Wow, who could have possibly predicted that? And so yes, I'm very glad to see this. There was like a weird thing where there was like a Jewish community but you know, for some reason that's the way they do things over there.
The negotiation didn't have a path to citizenship. It was entirely on their terms in order to get Ukraine funding, right?
Well, I mean, Chris, that's been a failed play for 20 years. So you are right that that has been the Democratic strategy for 30 years, maybe. And it has failed to deliver for the people we care about most, the undocumented Americans that are in this country. We care about most failed to deliver for the people we care about most, the undocumented Americans that are in this country.
I don't see how anybody can watch that and take it seriously. I really don't. Oh my fucking God. Call them illegals? Yep, that's right. And I don't know what to say. It's just fucking ridiculous. But yeah, ambulances only transport emergency patients. Yeah, I don't know. Why do they care about them the most? Because it's not about caring about anybody. It's just about a
all you need to do is capture the mission area.
It's just about virtue signaling, as always.
An orbiting city around the vibranium star. Have you ever seen anything like it?
I am strengthened.
We are undefeatable!
I think that
Capture the mission area!
On one side, the general public.
Go. They're cowards.
They didn't like strong women.
I have unfinished business here.
They're afraid.
Good medicine.
So let me get this. They're afraid of the show.
And then they don't like a lesbian
on the other side of the game.
Well, the attacks on gamers are just beginning.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Stands Neil Druckmann.
The moon haunts you! The mystic arts won't fail me again.
Visionary. Now, the most divisive figure in gaming.
This is hilarious. I saw this on Reddit.
I'm gonna kill your kid in front of you.
Their team's capture progress is past the halfway point.
I am strengthened for battle.
The one that only makes me master.
This to me does feel
Let's shoot up. You'll pay for this.
Us against the world!
That child!
So I just after getting the job as a programmer at the game studio Naughty Dog, he continues to work on these ideas until Naughty Dog
Sorcerer
promotes
Supreme
Neil, along
lives
with Uncharted 2
once more.
director Bruce Straley
I'm
to direct
opening
a
a
new
portal.
project.
Pentagram of
Let's keep fighting until we have a winner.
the moon haunts you!
Need assistance!
Eventually, this turns into a who's tasked with escorting a girl that's immune to the virus across the country to people that are working.
Let's keep
Some
fighting
of
until we
Halo's
have a
other
winner.
features include Joel being a hardened criminal seeking redemption, a virus that only infects women.
We found the one
They already have that. It's called feminism.
girl that it didn't infect, and that was Ellie. And the reason it failed is because it was a misogynistic idea.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
Partner test constantly across the country.
In a climactic scene where Ellie comes in and saves the Indian pets, the game's director, Bruce Straley, rejects the revenge elements. But revenge just wasn't a strong enough motivation for someone to travel all the way across an apocalyptic country for an entire year. At the time, Neil agrees. I'm pretty dark. I wanted to kill Elena in Uncharted 2. Bruce is the one that would balance me and push for more levity. The partnership works. It's a delicate tug of war, but the end result is lightning in a bottle.
People are constantly critiquing each other, and that's the culture we try to cultivate here at Naughty Dog, because it helps make the game better, even if sometimes it can be frustrating and hurt your ego, but at the end of the day, it's all about
The game launches in June 2013, and both critics and
I feel like everybody, like this game, in my opinion, has done irreparable damage to gaming, because ever since The Last of Us came out, everybody has wanted to make video games into movies.
You'll need a top-notch team to
really
win this
don't
one.
like that. I think it's
Open
shifted
your
the way that,
eyes.
I see there's so many games that are like this now. And yeah, it's the first movie game, yeah. Like a Kojima, yeah, no, but like, I mean, I'm not saying all of them are bad. Like, some of them are good. I mean, I heard The Last of Us Part 1 was good. But I think that a lot of people have tried to copy this because I think that people always try to emulate Hollywood because they want to be Hollywood, which I think is it's a bad idea.
Here's our floor.
Making this the 4th game ever to earn my highest rating.
The gameplay is pretty similar to
As
the
Sorcerer Supreme, I oversee other magical adepts.
My involvement is nothing.
But the story
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
is universally praised as a step forward for video games.
We find ourselves caught in a battle between two dooms with no way of
By the end of the
truly
game,
knowing
players are
which one
empathizing
of them
so
is
hard,
right.
to the point of it almost feeling traumatic.
Could you put your life on the line for me?
I have done that, Wanda. I can assure you we most
An
certainly
ambiguous
would
ending
not.
sparks countless debates online.
And so we would don't want to come on and say,
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Suddenly,
1.
Neil gets universally praised
You have to
as a
stop them from
storytelling
securing the
genius.
mission area.
Once I saved lives with a scalpel. Now I do it with a spell.
But their success comes with consequences. In 2014, right in the middle of production
Watch
on
out, they're headed our way!
one of the key creative forces behind the story leaves Naughty Dog under controversial circumstances.
It was very aesthetic. Amy had been replaced. I don't know whether it's something else. That was not good.
At the same time, Neil gets promoted to kill on the spot and reworks everything.
Is it tough for you to go into the set and work with Neil Druckmann, or is it like
I am pleased to continue to get this outside, yeah.
It's crazy how, like, people can work with other people.
It's gonna be summoned now, you know. Leave me, darkness! Good medicine.
Yeah, the development crunch is so brutal that nearly 70% of designers quit after shipping due to creative failure. Among them, Bruce Straley, Neil's creative partner, filtered for himself is gone. As Neil rises to the ranks, Will more something to do with confrontation. We're getting some backlash for including LGBT content in the last DLC. He takes to Twitter to each one of these big-baby sad posts to get thousands of positive ones from amazing things. Some might say arguing on the internet is unacceptable, and it's only vulnerable to having your personal information stolen.
I think that in general, if you try to push out
I am strengthened for battle.
I think a lot of people get frustrated by it. It's not really done in one story, and you add it in afterwards, and you get frustrated. Kind of like what happened with Dumbledore.
That's why you should be using Surfshark, the sponsor of this video. It keeps your online data safe and private by encrypting your internet activity. Whether you're at home or using public Wi-Fi, Surfshark prevents your personal information from falling into the wrong hands. It also allows you to bypass geo restrictions and censors, so that you can access movies, TV, and websites that might normally be blocked in your country. You'd be surprised at just how many others you're missing out on. Unlike other VPNs,
Enemy in front of us!
second and limited number of devices.
I don't know how they all make money.
Like Surfshark alert, it's notified you immediately. It's not
Be summoned now.
Damn it, never fall! Yeah, it's a lot.
Visit surfshark.com/showdown or enter promo code
Rise, my friend!
By the eye of Agamotto! Amazing Spider-Man!
Take them down.
It's time to get honest.
Writers
I am strengthened for battle.
The only thing you have is responsibility.
Just in time to start working on their next big project. The whole world is flawed. However, some fans remain skeptical. Did they even need to make a second game?
Judge! Jury! Executioner!
About revisiting what that ending means. No one loves these characters more than we do, and we would not do this if we didn't feel like we had the right idea.
Right off the bat, it's clear this is a Neil's game. All of Neil's rejected ideas.
Here is an enemy to pursue.
Switching between characters, and
I am strengthened for battle.
the extreme crunch is awesome.
Only
So
60
let me get
seconds
this
left.
straight. So Baldy was keeping him in check. Baldy gets removed. This guy makes his own game the way he wants it to be, and everybody hates it.
This time I need healing.
Where are we gonna get these people?
That explains a lot.
For next time? For next time?
Is now at full speed. Every square inch of the world.
After 30 seconds.
I see this.
Another Strange works his portal magic.
Hold on. We got this.
She looks really good. Wow.
So they're making out with each other.
Yeah, has some tongue going in there. That's an action. That is seriously, that's really, really good. Yeah, good detail. And oh god.
Nevertheless, even with just breadcrumbs, the online
Final
debates
10
are
seconds.
heating up.
There's going to be these rumors about
I purge the darkness.
Rise, my friend.
What?
Another epic victory.
But as long as no one inside spoils anything, it keeps the backlash will be manageable.
I was able to dismiss it, and then the leaks, and then all of a sudden it's like, blood.
With only a couple months until the game's release, someone leaks the biggest spoiler in the game. Joel's death is plus the fact that he plays his killer.
I feel better already.
The YouTube video gets taken down at around 1,000 views. But that's it. Neil braces for it.
Quantum magic. Feel my power. Your time is past.
And that was the lowest point.
Quantum magic.
True. This game is mine.
The destruction of several characters that people are very attached to.
And those voices jump.
Everybody's trying to be people are trying to be that guy that kills the character. And it's like, you know, like to write the story where like Gandalf dies in like, you know, the Fellowship of the Ring or something. Like they're trying to do this, you know, like, and you know, you saw this happen, and it's not that nobody can do it. I mean, they did it with Expedition 33, no spoilers included, but they did it. And it's not that you can't do it, but there's a lot of people that try and do it, and they fucking fail.
On Joel dying and the fact that you played Joel's killer. And in the fact that they said that like Joel's killer is transgender.
If you think that the game should be spoiled like with screenshots, really?
No matter what you've seen, heard,
After you hear them, you're not going to want to pick up this game.
Damn.
nothing compares to playing this thing for dealing with it.
Jokes throughout production would say is like the downfall of Naughty Dog. This is it. This game is the downfall of Naughty Dog.
The game releases in June 2020, and within hours of the game's release, hundreds of negative reviews start flooding the game's page.
This is the kind of shit that really is
Hours of the
confusing to me.
game's release, hundreds of
You look at this right here. This right here is the problem, and this is like this happened a few years ago, right? Like at this point, so like this is the reason why games journalism died. This right here. At the end of the day, what point does a review serve? What purpose does a review serve other than to inform the customer? And it is very obvious that for whatever reason, whether you agree with it or not, these professional reviews certainly did not represent the fucking customer.
negative reviews start flooding the game's page.
Naughty Dog just went full The Last Jedi